Hey, welcome back at yet another video. I'm Wouter from BananaboxTech and I finally bought myself a Philips Hue Bloom. In this house we have everything connected to the Trust Smart Home, even the IKEA bulbs. So this one we're also going to connect to the Trust Smart Home system. I don't know if it works, but hey, we're going to find it out. So let's get started. Yeah, let's open the box. Let's see what's inside. Finally, after 2 months. First, the manual. I always say I don't need it, but in the end I always need to grab it. So let's keep it aside. That's everything. Ooh, it's small. Let's see what's inside here. Yeah, this is really everything. Just packaging, the lamp, the power wall adapter and the manual. So finally after 2 months I can see it real life. It's the first time I have it in my hands. It's smaller than I thought, but still big enough to light a certain part of the room, I guess. It's made of metal and also the stand is made of plastic. I first thought that there was a small notch here, but it's indirect lighting, so it always faces to the wall or faces to a certain object. So the cable can run along with the lamp instead of going out the back and then you see the cable. This is all the length you get. I will try to untwist it. This is all the length you get, so you need to put it near a power outlet. It's a whole mess to get it untangled. We will be putting this in the living room, so we will put it in a corner and I can run the cable very neatly away. The only drawback for this is it's a non-removable cable, as you can see. It just comes out of the base and it runs to the power adapter. The total length of the cable is it's approximately 2 meters, so you can't place it very far away. We are very lucky because we have a power outlet near where we want to put this lamp. So 2 meters will be long enough for us, but maybe for some people it will be too short, but it's non-removable, so you have to figure out to get an extension cord or some other solution. This lamp also supports, like all the RGB lamps, 60 million colors. But like you could see in the previous videos with the IKEA bulbs, you can't choose them all. I don't know if it has something to do with the API or how the app is designed. So I guess for this app, certain colors won't work, but we need to find that out. So when we connect it to the app, I will try to put every color, not all 60 million colors, but certain colors, to see if the colors are still true to the ones that you can choose in the app. It lasts like 12,000 hours, like 50,000 on-off cycles. And as I stated before, it's really meant for indirect lighting. You shouldn't use it as a spot, but more as indirect lighting for maybe just some colors on the wall or bright certain objects. Also, it's a really small lamp. It's like 10 by 10 by 10 centimeters, somewhere near that. So it's a really small lamp. You can really put it in a corner of the room and hide it for that matter. We unboxed it. First, we need to connect it to the power. So let's do that. I've got a power outlet right here. I hope I don't break anything. Ooh, it's red. So it's a very powerful lamp. I looked at it and now my eyes are completely red. So it gives enough light. I don't know if you can see it behind me on the ceiling, but we will find it out later in editing. Yeah. That's basically it. It has a red light, so we need to connect it to the app and see if it works with Trust, or maybe if it doesn't work with Trust, I switch to IKEA. But if it works with Trust, I can make a separate video if you really like it. If you use only IKEA and you want to find out if Philips Hue works with the IKEA system, then let me know down in the comment section. Let's open the app and pair it. Okay, we're going to connect it to the app. I don't have any idea because the manual doesn't say how to connect it. So first I will go to where we want to put it in the living room. We want to have a new light. It will be another brand. It will be the Zigbee light RGB color. So now I guess before I put it in connect, I will turn on the power. So I powered it on, press connect. The office is quite far away from the bridge, so I hope it will connect, or else, oh, something has connected. Let's see, we call it U for now. Okay, U. Oh, it works. All the things on the internet say, okay, you need to be close to the bridge, but I'm in the attic and it's like 4 or 5 meters away from the bridge. So I'm pretty amazed. Yeah, purple, red, okay, some kind of yellow. So we'll go to green. As you can see, it's pretty easy. This is the first time that it immediately works. I'm quite surprised. Okay, so maybe the effects. The effects normally only work for the normal bulbs from Trust and not from different manufacturers. Let me see, does it change? Oh crap, it does change. Okay, it's better than the IKEA bulbs. The IKEA bulbs doesn't support the color loop or disco feature. So now, okay, I already connected it. So if you want to connect it, we are going to follow the steps again. So you press on the plus icon, 2 other brands, the Zigbee Light RGB color, and then you have to wait. You have to turn off the lamp, turn it back on, and then just press connect, and within a few seconds it will connect. So I have a lot of Zigbee lamps in this house, so maybe that will ease the connection even more. But so now we're back in the app. You can see the FX, that stands for the disco feature. So we can easily press on or off. You can see it reacts immediately. I can see it won't recall the last setting, so it will go back to red, but that has something to do, I guess, with the effects. So if we put it on pink, go back, and we say to the lamp turn off and turn back on, it remembers the last color is pink. Let's turn it a little bit down. Okay, this is a little bit buggy. Can I turn it completely off? Okay, now it will stay on. A little bit brighter. It will go just in steps as normal. So it's quite bright, as you can see. Let's turn it off again. It will go off. There are some hiccups, but yeah, this isn't the Philips Hue app. This is the Trust Smart Home app. But I'm really pleased to see that it connected that easily, that it's controlled that easily, because this one is the IKEA bulb. And we have some issues with that one. We can't use the effects for the IKEA lamps. And some colors like yellow and like light blue doesn't really show up that great. So I'm already really fond of the Philips Hue lamp. But yeah, that's also the quality you pay for, I guess. So I guess the next step will be putting it in the living room and see how the colors look on the wall. So let's do that. Oh, stop. If you thought it was that easy, then you were just as wrong as me. After setting it up here in the office, I went downstairs and tried to connect to it again. I turned it on and saw in the app that it wasn't not responsive. It said offline. So that could be only one thing, that it wasn't connected anymore to the bridge. So I tried to reset it, but it's not able to reset this lamp without a Zigbee Smart remote control. One like Trust sells or the one from Philips. But I tried. I removed it from the app and re-added it to the app, tried connect, I tried everything, but I couldn't get to connect. Then I read some online articles and on Trust and also on Philips. In the end, it was obvious to me I needed a Zigbee remote control to reset this lamp and to put it back in connection mode. So something you're already used with smart bulbs, that you can power it off 4 times and then it's in connection mode. That isn't the same for the Philips Hue lamp. So I guess also for different Philips Hue products maybe. So if you want to buy one, make sure you buy also a Zigbee remote control. The one from Trust or the one from Philips. First, I will show you what happens when you power it off, just so you can see it and be sure. So now it's powered off, I can't control it anymore. Now it's back on to the default color like an orange or a red color. As you can see, the lamp behind me, it's still controllable via the remote control, but this lamp not anymore. So let's connect it again. The first thing we need to do is remove it from the app. So let's go into the app, remove the Philips Hue Bloom. There's also a possibility inside of the app to press on connect. I tried it a couple of times, even with the remote, without the remote, it isn't successful. The only thing I saw is when I removed the lamp then from the app, sometimes the lamp blinks, like there is a connection between them, but the connection is broken or it's something to do with security, I don't know. Maybe one of you know. Please leave it down in the comments if you know why. So we press on OK, so it's now removed from the app. So it's nowhere connected. To put the lamp in the reset mode, you have to press the on and the off button simultaneously and wait for it to flash 3 times and then stay on. So yeah, let's do that. You have to put it in range like 2 centimeters, every manual say, so I put it in front. So we have to wait now for the 3 times on off. And now it started to blink. Now it will go off and come back on again. Now it should be in connect mode. So in the app, we tap on plus, other brands, Zigbee Light RGB color, the same as in the steps before, and press connect. First, it connected fairly quick. It's just like the first time. It connects fairly quick when you're lucky. Sometimes I have to wait for 5 minutes, but if you put it in reset mode and immediately go into the app and tap the plus and add the lamp, it will find it within a few seconds. So let's call it Hue Bloom again. So now it's added again. As you can see, I can control it by smartphone. And just to be sure, you can also connect it to the Zigbee remote control, or else it's pretty useless. You pay 20 euros to just put it in reset mode. So to connect it to the remote, you have to press the on for a couple of seconds. So let's do that. Now it should start flashing again. Now it flashes. And that's basically it. So when you turn it off, the lamp turns off, and in the app I can turn it back on again. So now we got 2 connected devices for the Philips Hue Bloom lamp. Those steps are really necessary when you disconnect it from the power. So every time you want to move this lamp or do anything with it, you need to reconnect it to the app. I hope this will be something that will be fixed in the future. I guess because it's a third-party lamp for trust, they may not support it in the future and you always have to follow these steps. So now in the app, as stated also before, the effects, those work. I tested it again this week with the IKEA bulbs and they don't work. So like the disco effect, as you can see also on the box, it works wonderful. Also the colors are really accurate. So like blue or light blue or green. I hope they will show up on your display, but I've grown really fond of this lamp because the colors are really true. That also means that you have to pay a higher price for it than the small bulbs from IKEA or from Trust. But as you've seen in the previous videos, I wasn't that fond of the colors. This is the first lamp that really wowed me that I can connect to the Trust app. So, time for the final verdict. This lamp is pretty awesome. I used it now for over a week without the Hue bridge. I connected it to the Trust. Even with all the problems I experienced last week, found out how to connect it to the app, how to reset it, how to do everything. Even after all these steps, I'm still very fond of this lamp. The colors are really accurate. The connection process in the end is still fairly easy. You just have to follow the steps, like just first remove it from the app, power it off, power it back on again, then put it in connect mode with a Zigbee remote control, add it in the phone app, and then you can still connect it to the Trust Zigbee remote control if you want, or the Philips remote control for that fact. And it still works as designed. The only thing nobody mentions is that you really need a remote control, a Zigbee remote control from Trust or either from Philips to put it in reset mode. So that was something I needed to find out. So you pay like 70 euros for a lamp and you can't even put it in reset mode. You need to buy like a remote for 20 euros, I believe I paid for it. So this lamp now costed me 90 euros just to get it working. But in the end, it still worked for me. And also with this remote control, I can control all Zigbee devices in-house. So it's not a waste of money. This lamp just works the same as like the IKEA bulbs. It's completely integrated in Trust. So also with Google Home, I can control it by voice, I can control it by the app, I can control it by the Google Home app, or for that fact with the Zigbee remote control. So you have multiple possibilities to control your light. So the only thing that's not possible with this remote control is to change the color of the lamp. You need to do that by the Trust app or by voice. It's also not possible inside of the Google Home app or what I just said with the remote control. In the end, it's an expensive lamp, so only when you have the money, go out and buy it and take those steps for granted every time you power it completely off. If you're not sure about spending that much money on a lamp, please don't do it. Just stick with the regular bulbs, or maybe wait for the future that Trust brings out like a kind of Hue Bloom lamp or a different brand that works way better. For now, it's just too many steps to get it reconnected every time. So Trust, if you're watching, please fix it. So that's the video. If you really liked it, please give it a like. Didn't you like it? Give it a dislike, but leave me a comment down below what I could improve. Also, subscribe to the channel to stay updated, and it would really help me. Do you also own a Bloom and you want to share your thoughts or about this connection process? Leave it also down below in the comments, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.
Everything about you.